This video consists of a montage of trees that I once had in the past. I will tell you about me and my bonsai. I suppose my first interest in bonsai was stirred by the Karate Kid movies, but when I really fell in love with bonsai was at the annual Christmas display at Longwood Gardens in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. My parents took my sister and me there every year to see the lights, but my favorite thing to see was the bonsai in their conservatory. Even though many of them had no foliage that time of the year, I saw the beauty in them. My first attempt at bonsai was in my early teens. I had gotten a free tree from saving the bottoms of some cereal boxes. I had borrowed the only book from the local library that I could find doing bonsai and set out with more hope than knowledge that I could make my tree beautiful someday. Well, it was a disaster. I didn't have anything to work with other than things I could scrounge up. The tree died, and that was the end of that. I next tried in adulthood in 2002. I bought a Chinese elm and a willow leaf ficus. The ficus I had for years and grew well, but the elm I had troubles with from the start. It quickly became very unhealthy looking and was losing leaves. It was one of my first major lessons. Over the next several years, I grew my collection of bonsai. Some from a bonsai nursery near my grandmother's in Massachusetts, others from local garden centers and nurseries, and some from online. I eventually filled 3 6-foot benches with trees in various stages. I know that many of them made me proud back then, but today I look back on some of the pictures and I see I had a lot to learn. Now, to explain what happened to all those trees back then, I have to explain a little about myself. I suffer from bipolar disorder, which is a mood disorder, also severe anxiety. By 2006, my mental health had deteriorated quite a bit from stress at work. Then I was finally diagnosed with bipolar, which I had suffered from since early childhood. A month later, I was fired from my job for really no other fault than my own, but coworkers and my boss had helped push me to the breaking point. My trees were already starting to suffer. I was depressed and slowly sliding deeper in. A hobby that I loved was becoming less and less interesting to me as my mental health worsened. My depression became so bad that the simple job of watering became an insurmountable task for me. I stopped protecting my trees in the winter, and one by one they started to die. I had managed to find homes for some, even if just landscape material, but many just died. In 2016, I decided that I wanted to get back into bonsai. My mental health was being managed well. I knew it would never be a thing of the past, but it was no longer ruling my life as it once did. I told myself that I wouldn't buy more trees until I was ready to take them on again. This is a hobby that relaxes me, but if I'm so far down a dark hole that I can't do it, then I can't have the trees. So I'm now building a new collection.